I'm Sophia A. Jackson, and I'm the editor and founder of Afridiziak Theatre News. And today I'm joined by,
Emmanuel Akwafo.
thank you so much for your time. How are you on this dreary, rainy day? And where are you doing this interview?
I'm really good, thank you. And I'm doing this from home. Luckily, um, I was able to finish rehearsals early today. So yeah, I'm
Ah,
heading back home to do this. Yeah.
that's very nice. Um, yes, as I said, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. I've seen you perform in For Black Boys three times, so it's exciting. I'm not a stalker. So it's exciting to see you take on something completely different. How are you feeling after that roller coaster?
You know what? It was a lot, but I'm just so blessed that I was able to be part of something so triumphant, something that helped so many young Black boys, Black girls, and just the theatre industry, and just open a lot of doors for other productions
Yeah.
to come through. So yeah, it was just nice to be a part of it and to breathe and, let the world heal and yeah, see what the future holds.
And how did you like look after yourself afterwards? Because obviously you've gone from seeing the same people every day for what, like 3 years? Because you were at three different theatres, weren't you?
Yes, yes,
And
yeah.
then now you're just out there.
Yeah. I took myself on the biggest holiday. It's so funny. Every time I did the show, I took myself on a really big holiday, but it was just my healing process and
Yeah.
to just check in with myself. And it's crazy because even though I don't see the boys, we're
Mm,
still in like good contact. Like we speak often and like we go to
that's
events
nice.
together. So yeah,
Yeah.
we're a family.
Oh, that's lovely. Um, so what was your experience of Shakespeare prior to starring in As You Like It?
It's so funny. I didn't have a really good relationship with Shakespeare. I did it in secondary school, couldn't get to
Yeah.
grips with the language. It was one of those things where I never saw Black people doing Shakespeare, or if they did, it was Othello, and
Yeah.
that was like the only play you could do.
Yeah.
So it was really difficult being a performer and picturing myself trying to do this art form when it didn't seem accessible to someone like me. And
Hmm.
it's so amazing that I feel like I've come a full circle moment where I am able to put myself in that space and give me create a new future for someone who might absolutely love Shakespeare but feels like they can't do it for the same reasons. I want them to see me and be like, whoa, if he's doing it, then I can do it. So yeah.
Yeah. So how are you feeling about Shakespeare now?
Do you know what? I admire him and I understand why. Do you get me? His work speaks for itself because he really did say, I'm gonna create stories that just take you on this journey. And yeah, I do love him for that. So yeah.
And you play, is it Amiens?
Yeah,
Amiens?
Amiens, yeah, yeah,
Okay. And tell us about
yeah.
that character.
He do you know he's your lovable lord. He goes on a massive journey of self-discovery and finding himself in society. He was in court where he was, you get me, follow the rules, do this, and then he got banished into the forest where he was just like, cool, I'm gonna create a new world for myself, and in that, I'm gonna do a bit of singing. So yeah, there was. I don't want to give away too much, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's definitely someone to admire and be like, cool, let's go on this transitional journey together. So yeah,
And did you have any apprehension about being in a Shakespearean play?
a lot, a lot. I think the
Mm,
language and do you get me? I want to do it justice, but like also put my flavor on it.
yeah.
So there was a lot going through my head. I was like, oh, is this too much of a big task for me?
Mm.
But listen, anything's possible when you put your mind to it, and I feel like God's definitely led me down this path to really challenge myself as a performer.
And what about audiences that might be feeling like Shakespeare's not for them? What would you say?
I'd say come and watch this production and let's talk after because this is definitely a production for all. And that's what we want. We want it to
Mm,
feel community led, we speak about love, different forms of love, and we also show you that the Shakespeare language is also easy to understand when it's, you know, performed in the right way. So yeah, we really do break down a lot of the scenes, and yeah,
Which
it's gonna be in.
I was wondering how you've made the language accessible.
We've really tried our hardest to, you get me, stick to the language as much as we can, but really break it down where it is, you can understand it. And the in As You Like It was his first phrase show that he created. So do you get me? When you hear stuff like All the World as a Stage, it comes from this production where we are going, well, there's loads of like phrases thrown out there in the world. And the reason why we love these phrases because it's memorable. That's what we're trying to bring back, is he wrote this show to be a memorable production. So yeah, I don't think people will have a problem with it.
And could you like summarize in a few sentences what As You Like It is about?
Ooh, As You Like It is about transforming yourself. How far would you go for love? And what would you do if you find yourself in a place where you don't belong anymore? Yeah, I think that's it. I think, yeah.
Thank you. And how's the rehearsal process going? You said you managed to clock off a bit early today, but how's it going? And can you share a fun anecdote with us?
You know what? It's going really well. I didn't realize performing at the Globe how different it would be from other theatre spaces. Like everyone kept saying, oh, it feels different, this and that. And I was like, oh, okay. But like on day one, we went on the stage and I was like, oh my gosh, no, this actually feels like an arena, or like how theatre first started in Greek tragedies, where it's just this epic beast. But one thing that they've taught us is that obviously the Globe is built by oak wood, and they said that the oak wood talks back to us. So obviously we don't have any microphones or anything. So when we project our voices, it bounces off the wood and speaks back to us.
That's
so they're like,
amazing.
as long as you can hear yourself, someone is listening, or the wood is listening. So that was like one thing that made me go, okay, cool. I'm not alone. Like the building is listening to us perform. So yeah, there you go. I don't think a lot of people know that, but yeah.
No, that was actually one of my questions was, you know, how does it feel to perform at such an iconic venue?
It feels like a milestone. I didn't have it, but now I do, and I feel like it's really amazing. And I hope a lot of people get the opportunity to be on such an iconic stage and just know that they're part of history. And
so with press night coming up, who would you love to see performing As You Like It, who's dead or alive?
Oh what a question. Who would I like to watch? Oh my gosh, wait, hold on, I'm absolutely stumped. James Baldwin.
Okay, yeah.
Aretha Franklin. I think
Why not?
She would love the production. Etta James. I don't know. I just feel like maybe people. I say a lot of singers because I feel like they would appreciate the sound of the space. I don't think Aretha Franklin's ever been to the Globe.
No, I would think you're right there.
But I think she would come and be like, as a singer, be like, oh my gosh, I could really hear these actors' voices bouncing off this oak wood, and it's creating a beautiful sound. So, Aretha girl, you're down.
All right. Yeah. I'm going to go into my quick fire questions now. Thank you. For such thorough answers just now. So what is your earliest memory of going to the theatre, and who did you go with?
Oh, earliest memory was with my secondary school, and we went to Catford Broadway Theatre
Oh,
to
wow.
watch Blood Brothers.
Okay.
And, this normal school trip, let's go. And I think that was the first time I ever sat in a theatre and was like,
Nice.
oh my gosh, this is what it feels like.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and it was really nice because they said we were going to watch a play, but then it had some music in it, and I was just like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm really, really into this.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool. Have you been
yeah,
there
yeah, yeah.
recently? Because they've had a refurb, haven't they?
I have been there recently. I've been there recently. I did I was part of a cabaret performance, literally uh last month, 2 months ago,
Yeah.
there, and it was just nice to see the refurb, and yeah, all the
Yeah.
memories came flooding back. So
Oh,
yeah.
that's so nice. Um, what would you say to your younger self, who's embarking on a career as an actor?
Um, I would say to my younger self that let the nose drive you. I think
Okay.
it's so, yeah, it's so easy to say when you're a performer, have a thick skin, but you need to
Mm,
remember there are them days where you can't have a thick skin and it can get to you. But let the nose drive you, and yeah, one day you'll turn those nose into yeses. So.
that's lovely. And who's your favorite playwright of all time?
My favorite playwright of all time. Do you know what? Ryan Kelly Cameron.
Oh, I love
I,
that.
yeah, yeah. I could say one of the greats, Samuel Beckett or whatever, but
Yeah.
his show changed me, and his writing changed me, and I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for him. So yeah, Ryan is definitely hands down my favorite playwright.
Thank you. And my final question is, so far, what's your favorite theatre space that holds a special place in your heart?
Ooh. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I would have to say the Dominion Theatre,
Okay.
that sits on Tottenham Court Road.
Hmm.
I spent about 10 years of my life working in that building,
Okay.
and it's like one of the third biggest theatre buildings in London.
Hmm.
And I've seen performances upon performances, seen people sweat and give like blood on that stage. And that was another like theatre where I was like, I'm gonna just perform.
Yeah.
Maybe there one day, but yeah,
Yeah.
it has a special place in my heart. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. And on that note, I wish you a wonderful day
Thank
and
you.
I look forward to coming to see you and As You Like It. And thank you. I really enjoyed talking to you.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
Take care. Bye.
See ya. Bye.